that I'm any expert, but I've recently learned how magical listening deeply can be for me and for the person I'm talking to. Being as how our life lessons are mostly learned in relationship to others, the importance of the listening side of a conversation just whacked me upside the head. How would you answer this question? What do you like most about talking with someone you love to talk to? What is it you want to take away from your encounter? Pause the video to think about this a minute. For me, I'd say I want to feel warmth and ease, harmony and support, to feel understood, heard, able to be authentic and talk about subjects that are alive for me, being engaged without distractions, and having a heart connection. Wow! Now think of a time when you really felt heard. How did that make you feel? Hit pause and think of that a minute. My sister and I, who so very fortunately have also become soul sisters, Zoom 3 times a week, sharing our current joys and challenges and reading a spiritual text together. I remember feeling in a funk Monday morning, low energy and motivation, and not feeling very good about myself. But after our session, my mood was elevated dramatically. I snapped back into my usual self. I felt relief, unlimited possibility, connection, warmth, and expansion. When you think of that person who made you feel heard, what qualities does that person have? Pause. For me, Ginny was accepting, allowing me to be me, acknowledging how I felt, empathetic and understanding, validating, paying attention to me, and interested in what I was saying. When you think of the qualities of the person who really heard you, what did that person say or do? Hit that pause. Ginny reflected back what she heard me saying, digested it, heard me out, expanded on my thoughts and feelings, gave encouraging words, and focused on me. Isn't it absolutely, powerfully, life-altering, marvelous when someone really hears us? When you and I can be that same person. Regrettably, we were never taught how to purposefully listen like that. We probably only share that intuitive connection with a very few people, if anyone. But we can positively affect all our relationships with some awareness and practice. Typically, when we converse with others, we habitually respond with our own position, feelings, experience, and advice, thereby directing the conversation away from the needs and feelings of that person. True listening requires us to empty our minds of preconceived judgments and ideas about the person or situation and focus 100% on the other person's message. Rather than analyzing their thoughts, try to clarify their underlying feelings and needs. We believe we have to fix situations and make others feel better, but that actually keeps us from being present with them and keeping the focus on them. Think of all the ways we prevent being fully present with someone. Advising, one-upping, educating, consoling, storytelling, shutting down, sympathizing, interrogating, explaining, and correcting. None of these responses makes the person feel heard. We haven't yet discerned why this situation is meaningful to them. In his book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People, Rabbi Harold Kushner describes how painful it was for him when his son was dying to hear the words people offered that were intended to make him feel better. More painful still was his realization that for the past 20 years, he'd been saying the same things to other people he counseled. Considering our divine self brings us the people and situations that best help us grow, it makes sense that we should transform each of these relationships into harmonious, nurturing gifts for both of us. When hearing someone, let's forget our own agenda and give 100% attention to the other person and affirm that person's underlying feelings and needs to shine that divine.